with another one. All right, this one is about why being weird, different, is a superpower. Now, there's a lot of things that I talk about is a superpower. I think the next video I'm gonna talk about is why overthinking is a superpower. There's a lot of words that we label, right, that have negative connotations with them. And we put these negative connotations on ourselves, perhaps other people put these negative words on us, associate it with ourselves, and then associate it as a negative trait, as a negative thing. Right, I believe this video was originally going to be stated, be authentically you. But then I really thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Weird's a better word. Why is weird a better word? Well, let me continue, right? If you look at the streamers who are popping off, and we're talking about people like Kaisanat, Speed, Sketch, these guys are weirdos, like they are, you know what I'm saying? They are weird. If you look at their content, you're like, damn, that's like weird, that's outrageous. But even if we look at a whole entire different world, right? If we look at people like Kobe Bryant, if we look at people like Steve Jobs, if we look at people like Elon Musk, like have you seen Elon Musk's interview with Joe Rogan? That ninja's weird, okay? A little weird, I ain't gonna hold you. A little weird, a little strange. This is a superpower. This is the greatest thing you can have, because simply being weird, simply being different than others, is it gonna suck in something like high school? Probably. It's gonna suck in certain settings? Probably. But because these individuals are so obsessed with their craft, whether their craft be something like comedy or whether their craft be something like basketball or technology, they are able to surpass those who stick with the normal way of being, the normal way of going. If you look at a lot of YouTubers, they're even a little weird because they have certain dynamics to them that make them stand out from the crowd. And that's why being weird is so important, why you should actually cultivate this. Perhaps you could be obsessed with Legos. Let's say you're obsessed with Legos, right? That is strange because not a lot of people are obsessed with it. You doing this actually makes you go further. There's actually a kid that I know, right? I used to go to high school with him. He was the first dude I knew who made a YouTube channel. And I ain't gonna lie, in high school, wasn't the greatest person, still isn't the greatest person. But I used to make fun of him a little bit, right? I'm like, bro, you got a YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel was strange. It was talking about certain topics that I'm personally not into, but because he was weird, in the internet age specifically, he popped off. He actually blew up on TikTok. He blew up on TikTok. Was it for the greatest reasons? Not really. But he's now able to make a stream of money from TikTok because of him being weird. And he's probably the weirdest dude I know, right? Here's the thing. Within this internet age, what people are looking for is somebody who is like them, but like them in a more righteous way. They're looking for someone who is similar to them, who's a little bit more obsessed with the topic than they are. Sam Solik is also a good example. The way he works out, the way he talks, he can talk like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just about working out, just about lat pull downs. To some people that is weird, but to others, that is passion, that is obsession, which are very admirable traits. And if you can cultivate a passion and obsession about the things that you truly enjoy, then you will go further than anybody else. Compare somebody who's going to the gym just because they just want to get healthy. They just want to be healthy. They're not really that into it. That's cool. I'm glad that they're doing that habit. You know, no fault to them. Some people are like, that's cool. But compare that 1 in 30 guy who's in the gym because he wants to become Mr. Olympia. Who's gonna work out harder? Who's gonna go harder? Who's gonna do their cardio, track their macros? Who's going to? It's gonna be the weird. It's gonna be the guy who is obsessed with his craft. Now, if you're obsessed with your craft, you have to understand that you're gonna be criticized. Every person I named, criticized immensely online. There's people typing comments on them right now as we speak. But because they're obsessed with their craft, it doesn't matter. They're still gonna go further than those who are just doing it, are just trying to go through the motions. Being weird, being different, being authentically you is a superpower. And you have to understand this, right? Why would you want to be anybody else? Why would you want to fade into common society? I've said this often. Most people are overweight. Most people do not work out. Most people do not have $1,000 in their bank account. Most people eat whatever, do whatever. Most people are not who you should strive to be. You should strive to be you, the highest version of you at a imperceivable amount. Because if you can do this, whatever realm you are into, you're gonna go further. I understand that I'm much more interested in mental alchemy, in self-mastery, in self-improvement. I don't really like that word anymore, as you can tell, but I understand that I'm more into these topics than anyone else. So what do? I make a YouTube channel about it, talking about it. At first I was like, ooh, I don't want to do that. I don't know how people feel about it. And I have gotten criticisms. I have gotten disbelief, people just not believing that this is going to work out or things like that. I have gotten that. There's probably, my window's open. There's probably people looking at me right now. What is he doing? Recording a video? What the heck? When I'm in the gym, there's probably people, wait, why are you recording yourself working out? Yada, 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 right? I'm okay with this though. I accept it. I embrace it because I know that the separation is what's key. What's key is embracing those traits that make you different from society. Because if you embrace those traits that make you different from society, you will go beyond those who are just there for the moment, the afternoon. You have to think that the top sales guys are the guys who are always obsessed with sales. They don't even care. They don't care what they're selling. They could be selling dustpans, brooms. They're just obsessed with the craft of sales. Become obsessed with your craft. Are you going to be criticized for becoming obsessed with your craft? Of course. That's what comes with the territory. When Kobe Bryant was playing, people don't criticize Kobe Bryant now, but when Kobe Bryant was playing, he's a ball hog. Oh, he's a ball hog. He always hogs. He always hogs the ball. He always has to take the shot. People talk about Elon Musk. Oh, he's like autistic and he doesn't know how to talk and yada yada yada. But who has the championship rings? I always say this. Who has the championship rings? Who's gonna go to Mars if it's even real? The point is obsession, passion. Obsession is such a strong energy that if you can cultivate it and if you can put it towards your passion, you actually get certain downloads that allow you to go out of the box. I remember when Kobe Bryant was little, he said that everybody was dribbling with their right hand. Everybody knew how to dribble only with one hand. And then when he was like 10, he figured out, oh, if I learn how to dribble decently with both hands, then I'm going to be able to surpass all of them. And then he did. And then he went on to the next level and said, oh, people only know how to shoot from this range. Or if I know how to shoot from a little deeper three, I can surpass them. And then he went on to the next level. That's the thing. But people who are just like, oh, I'm into basketball, and I was like this when I was younger. Oh, I'm into basketball because I just like basketball. I'm not really doing nothing. I'm just trying to stay in shape. Those guys aren't going to be like Kobe Bryant. So there's certain activities that, like skateboard, for example. I skateboard. I'm not really into skateboard. Well, I'm into skateboarding, but I'm not really obsessed with it. I'm not obsessed with it. There's certain activities that you're going to do, and you're not going to be obsessed with it. You're not going to be weird. You're not going to be the standout person. But when you find that thing, and everybody has that thing that you're just researching, you're typing on your computer, you know everybody in that space. You know, sometimes I talk to my friends about Hamza. I'm like, do you know who Hamza is? I'm like, whoa, I thought everybody knew who Hamza is. You know, you ever have stuff like that? You ever have passions like that? You know who this guy is? Perhaps you know, like, the top climber. Do you know who this guy is? I don't know who this guy is. That's most likely your thing. That's your thing. Everyone has their thing. If you're watching videos like this, you could be in self-improvement. You could be in self-mastery. I give you all the energy and all the support to make your own videos, to do your own thing. Or maybe you want to do consultations, or like there's so many avenues and stuff that you can get into. But the point is, whatever your thing is, you have to be obsessed with it, and you have to practice your craft almost like you're an athlete, almost like you're doing reps at the gym. You know, day in, day out, getting better and better and better, learning, but reading books about it and understanding it to a different level than the common masses could be. Because once the common masses ask for, hey, can I get some help in this realm? And I will compensate you about it. You're able to step into that place. Like personal training, for example, because I'm obsessed with exercise, with working out, with little, you know, rear delts and calves and little muscles like this, the common masses are able to compensate me for my knowledge. It's the same thing with speed and sketch. And, you know, I don't really watch these guys, but these more comedian YouTubers, because they're into a new Gen Z type of comedy, kind of awkward, like crazy type of comedy, because they're into that, the masses are able to compensate them for it. So whatever you're into, you must embrace it to the highest level and try to master it. Treat it like a craft. Treat yourself like you're an athlete training for the World Cup, training for a tournament. Master that craft, because eventually you're going to reach a level of mastery that is so high that the masses, instead of criticizing you for being obsessed with that craft, are actually going to turn and compensate you because of your knowledge and your experience within that field. That's it though.